Hey guys, Rubber Kitty here. So it's dark, yes I know, and it's not because I'm up at insane hours of the morning. It's because it's actually overcast and raining. But yeah, today I was thinking about kink, fetish, and DS, and quite often in the BDSM community, for many, that all come together as one, and they all think of them as basically the same thing. And they don't have to be, because, take me for example. I can indulge in my kink and my fetish for latex without DS or dominance and submission dynamic. I can just sort of sit there watching telly in my latex, just enjoying the feel of the latex and just be happy and shiny in my own pants. It's interesting when I was looking at this and researching and thinking about it, how the term fetish has changed in usage from, an inanimate object which was previously a form of worship, to now fetish is actually considered something that's sexualized, that is an inanimate object. Whereas kink is just a general sort of overall something not normal in the sexual sphere, or what a lot of people would consider normal, because normal is contextual and based on perception and experience on your community. So, and DS, dominance and submission, that kind of pretty much goes, self-explanatory really. But that's the thing though, a lot of this is perception and what you think and what is or isn't normal. So I don't know, is for the greater community, a lot of people, I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, not able to separate your kink or your fetish from a dynamic, or whether it's totally intrinsically there, or whether you can have a bit of both. Whatever works for you, because there's plenty of people who want to have the full-on whole 24/7. That's what I live, is a 24/7 lifestyle, and it works. But as always, reality, you got to make compromises for reality. As much as things you can indulge, and things are great and some ends of fantasy, and that I just got attacked by water. Compensating for reality and making that reality happen. So what can you actually write down a list, like, fetish, your kink, what is in your DS, and actually list, they'll cross over, but you can actually list the things that you consider to be your fetish, things to consider to be kinky, and things you can consider to be part of DS, and kind of look at what you'd like to incorporate, like separately or together, and kind of work out what it is you kind of want, and that'll be different for different people. Even if it's something that you want to indulge in yourself, as either your kink or your fetish. Some people have like a fetish for music. They're just all about the music. They love music. They're like scholars of music. Morning, Ryan. And for some people, I consider a fetish, like some people have hobbies, I consider that a bit of a fetish, because it's something that really stimulates their mind, and it really gets them into a really awesome headspace. Although these days when you think of fetish, you think of kind of kinky sex stuff, but realistically, things that really excite you, things that interest you, things you keep coming back to, is that your fetish or is that your kink? See if you can, it's a bit of a challenge, I think, see if you can think about those two separately, and what you can put in those columns, and what you want, and what does it look like for you, and what does it mean to you as a fetish, as a kink, as an interest, as a part of a possible dynamic. And the dynamic, I'll point out here, can be on a casual basis, like topping, bottoming, and what some people class as a dominant submission, which is a little bit more long term, and some of them have a master slave ownership sort of thing, which is like a whole 24/7. But don't get me wrong, these can be 24/7 and they can go to any of those categories, so don't label yourself too much. So this rainy-ish morning, it's not raining on me at the moment, but it is hugely overcast. I'll just turn around here and see all those clouds. Oh, there, that's One William, Tower of Power. So there'll be something interesting for you to think about over the weekend, you fellow kinksters, you. And just because you think you're vanilla doesn't mean you don't have something kink or something that's really interesting for you. Like, I know many geeks, and come on geeks, that's kind of your kink, your fetish. Okay, anyway, I love you guys. Oh, and I'm doing some more art on my Redbubble store, so if you like that, that's cool. See if there's anything that interests you and buy something. But otherwise, enjoy your weekend. See you guys.